Hello everyone and welcome to the video. If you're new to my channel, hi, my name's Louise, and if you're returning, welcome back. Unfortunately, I'm a little sick at the moment with an upper respiratory tract infection, so my voice sounds a little bit gravelly, but hopefully it will still be a relaxing and comforting video for you to watch. In today's video, I thought I'd share with you some fun activities that me and my husband got up to over the past few weekends in the months of August and September. Towards the middle of August, my husband and I decided to spend a weekend in our home city of the Blue Mountains. We stayed in the city of Katoomba, which is all the way up the end of the mountains and famous for the Three Sisters. So before we headed off to explore the beautiful bushland and go for some hikes in the forest, we ate this delicious filling breakfast, which was part of our accommodation package. Once we finished our delicious breakfast, we headed over to Scenic World, which is one of the attractions in Katoomba, one of the ways in which you can experience the rainforest and the bushland. And it has 3 unique rides that you can go on to experience all this beautiful nature. One is the cableway, another is the skyway, and this one is the railway. It's very, very steep, a little bit scary, but also very exciting and fun, and a unique way to get yourself down the cliff faces into the heartland of the bush. It's on the opposite side of the canyon to the Three Sisters, but you can still get marvelous views like this as you make your descent down into the forest. One of my fondest memories from childhood is going on bushwalks by myself or with friends and family. We lived across the road from a little bit of bushland when I was growing up, and it was my favourite place to go and explore and have little tiny mini adventures. I remember once when we were little, we used to try and collect pieces of wood and things like that to make a little clubhouse in the middle of the bush, which was absolutely so much fun and such a fond memory to look back onto. I love the bush, I love all the beautiful trees, the plants, the birds, all the other little type of animals that you can come across. It's such a magical and mystical place, and going on a bushwalk is so relaxing. If you ever find yourself in the Blue Mountains, I highly recommend you go up to Katoomba. It's such a beautiful town and it's such a beautiful place. There are the Three Sisters there, there's lots of bushwalking tracks, there are waterfalls, there are little rivers and streams that you can walk along, or on a hot summer day you could have a little bit of a swim. It's such a beautiful place. I will always treasure it and will always have a special place in my heart. On another weekend in August, my husband and I found ourselves on a boat heading out to sea to do a little bit of whale watching. In the summertime, me and my husband like to kayak around this bay. I actually can't believe that we do this sometimes, just the two of us paddling away. It's such a nice little trip to do, going past all the houses. And I can't help but find little spots that I want to paint with my watercolors. We went with a local company called Cronulla Whale Watching Tours. They were absolutely incredible. It's a small family-run business and they do such an amazing job at making you feel welcome, at informing you about the whales and helping you spot them when you're out there on the water. You're out there for a really long time too, so you get lots of opportunity to be able to see them and get photos and videos and just bathe in the incredible experience that is whale watching. The whales that we had on our tour were a little bit suspicious of us. They didn't really want to play too much. We did witness one amazing event where one of the whales jumped out of the water, but after that it was just them showing their little humps, coming up to get some air and then diving back down. So just treating us with a little bit of trepidation, staying far away from the boat, and just, I guess, teasing us the whole time. But it was still an incredible experience, the first ever whale watching I've ever been on, and I can't wait to go on another trip. Back at home now, my husband had the idea to zhuzh up our balcony with these cute little lattices with vines on them. I think he wanted a little bit more privacy for our balcony, stop people looking up at us while we were enjoying our time out there reading or eating. And spring's coming up, so we're going to be using the balcony a lot more for dinner time and things like that. I thought it was a really cute idea, and of course I jumped on board because I've been wanting to change up the balcony for a very long time. I still want to get some astroturf for the balcony, but I haven't convinced him 100% on that yet. But hopefully, fingers crossed, one day he'll allow me to put some astroturf down and it can be a little bit more naturey out there. The lattices weren't that expensive. They were around about $20 each, and we just attached them with this flexible gardening wire. It was a little bit difficult to cut with the pliers, but eventually I got there. The balcony looks so different now with this greenery out there. It really adds to the atmosphere and makes it more chilled out and relaxing. And at night when the fairy lights come on, it's very magical and mystical. I can pretend it's like a little fairy garden. It's a really nice place to spend time in now, and I'm looking forward to spending spring and summer nights out on the balcony. Every few months or so I like to re-dye my hair because I don't naturally have blonde hair. I have brown hair and the roots can get a little bit out of control. I do like to leave it for a long time just so that my hair doesn't get damaged by the dye that I put through it, and it can stay nice and healthy and shiny and I don't have to worry about it too much. I just use the Garnier packet from home. I've been doing this for a few years now, but that's not to say I know what I'm doing at all. I'm just really lucky and it just happens to turn out pretty well most of the time. Those of you who've been following my channel for a long time know that I do like to get quite creative with my hair, but unfortunately there's a new policy at work where we can't have coloured hair or unnaturally coloured hair. So it's been quite a while since I've put pink through it. It's been quite a while since I've made it different colours. And you bet as soon as the opportunity arises where I'm able to have multicoloured hair or pink hair, I'm going to jump on it straight away. That's not to say that I don't love my blonde hair. I absolutely adore my blonde hair. I think I'm a much happier, more optimistic person when I have blonde hair as opposed to brown hair. I think I've had blonde hair for the past 12 or 13 years now, and I'm definitely not going back to brown. There are a few reasons why I like to dye my hair at home. 1, it's because it's fun. 2, it's because it's very, very cheap. And 3, because of my eczema. Unfortunately, when I go to the salon and I get my hair done there, the dye that they use is just very aggressive and it really hurts my head. And the dye from the home package isn't as strong or as burny. So it's a lot nicer experience when I dye it at home. Another activity I like to do on the weekends is tend to my balcony garden. I do have a lot of succulents and hardy plants, things that don't need a lot of tender loving care. That's because of my ADHD. I am very forgetful and I do forget to water my plants. I've tried to have a veggie garden before and a herb garden before, and it just hasn't worked out because I've forgotten about them and forgotten that I need to water them. So the succulent garden is a lot nicer on my ADHD brain. I've been meaning to expand my balcony garden. I have some time now where I'm actually able to spend a lot of time looking after my house and making it look beautiful and pretty and just making it a safe environment that I enjoy spending time in. And part of that is making sure that there's lots of nature, lots of plants around, because it's such an important part of your health and well-being to be in nature. And with the coming of spring, it was a good idea to add some flowers. I got this lavender from my hubby. He bought it as a gift for me when I was feeling particularly stressed out and feeling a little bit down. He knows that I absolutely love my aromatherapy, all my scents and oils, my candles, my little diffuser thing, and lavender is a very relaxing, calming scent, so it was actually the most perfect gift he could have gotten me, and I just appreciate it so much. The pressure is definitely on to look after this plant because it was a present from my husband and it is at the moment forefront of my mind. I obsess over it. I want to make sure that I'm checking it every day, making sure it's still happy and healthy after repotting it, that it's got enough water and enough sunshine. It's like my little fresh new baby that I have to look after, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love the lavender plant, so thank you. Thank you, my beautiful husband, for getting this plant for me. I have lots of beautiful pots left over from my previous failed attempts at gardening, and I really thought that this white ceramic pot went really well with the lavender, so that's why I went with it. Lots of options to choose from. They all live empty out on my balcony and it's very, very sad, so I definitely have to pop over to the shops one day and get a few more plants that hopefully I'll be able to look after and remember to feed. But one thing at a time. We'll start with the lavender and then we'll expand from there. This little succulent box was a gift from my mama. She is the true green thumb of the family. Her garden at home is absolutely exquisite and I'm going to have to share it with you all one day. This little box just gives me so much joy. When I got it, there was a few more plants in there. Like I said, I'm not very good at remembering to water things, but when I look at it, I just smile a little bit because it reminds me of home. My last fun weekend activity was doing a little bit of embroidery. This is a new thing that I've picked up. I've been interested in embroidery after seeing it in a few YouTubers' videos. It looks like a really fun and relaxing activity to do, especially when you're sitting in front of the TV at night time. You just got a movie on and you're pottering away at your little embroidery thing. So yeah, I found these cute kits at Kmart. They weren't that expensive either. They're around about $4 each, and I think they'll make really good presents for people come Christmas time. I think people really appreciate something that you've put time and effort into as opposed to a thing. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to get my family's Christmas wish lists and make sure I buy things on there that they want, but I also would love to give them a cute little craft or something that I have spent a lot of time and effort and energy and love into making. The packet comes with instructions on how to complete each little section, and it shows you how to do the different stitches. So for this one I had to learn the basic long stitch, which was a little bit difficult with my long piece of thread there at the beginning, but then I got the hang of that. And then there was also something called a satin stitch that I had to learn, and then there was something called a French knot that I also had to learn to make this particular piece of embroidery. And the good thing about this day and age that we live in is that there is YouTube, and on YouTube there is a multitude of tutorials which teach you how to do different sort of stitches in embroidery. So if you can't interpret the instructions on the packet, you have those videos to go to. And that about wraps it up for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed putting this one together for you all. Sorry again for my croaky voice, but hopefully you found it just as relaxing as my normal voice. I hope you have a fantastic day. If you liked the video, please click like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you again in another video. Peace out.